Hello everyone, welcome to the 6th lesson of our language and culture exchange program. This is the agenda for today. As usual, we'll begin with the Korean phonics and learn some new words. In the conversation expression section, we'll learn an informal and formal greeting in Korean. We'll next go over these cities in Korea and Texas, then end with the announcement for next week.
Let's begin with the Korean phonics. Just like last week, pause the video and fill out this chart based on the corresponding sounds of each consonant.
3, 2, 1.
Here are the answers. The first consonant is K.
K,
Then N.
N,
Then T.
T,
L.
L,
M.
M,
P.
P,
And S.
S.
On the right section, the next consonant is either silent or pronounced with a slight N.
Ng,
The next consonant is T.
Ch,
And finally, Ch.
Ch.
Again, pause this video and figure out what belongs in each blank section.
3, 2, 1.
The answers are U, A,
A,
Ya,
Ya,
O,
O,
Yo,
Yo,
I,
I,
O,
O,
Yo,
Yo,
U,
U,
and U.
U. We've learned 2 ways to write a word in Korean. The CV versions right and left, and then up and down. But the Korean is not as simple as that. There are new forms we're going to learn today. On the left side, the only vowels that are being used are the ones with long main vertical lines. I, A, Ya, O, or Ya. And the only vowels that are used on the right side are O, Yo, U, and U. The first new form is C, V, and then another consonant on the bottom. Same as the top form, except one more on the bottom. The second one here is exactly like the before one, except another consonant at the bottom, just like the new first form we have learned. The remaining 2 forms are a bit more complicated, but don't worry. We'll go over them later.
Let's begin with reviewing the consonants we have learned last week. Do you remember how to say them?
T,
Yes, but it's T and combined with the vowel. T for the first one.
T,
T.
T,
Then Ta,
Ta,
Tia,
Tia,
To,
To,
Kyo,
Q,
Tu,
T,
To,
To,
Kyo,
Q,
Tu,
Tu,
and Chu.
Tu.
And now we'll move on to the next consonant. L.
Li,
Yes, Li. Then La,
La,
Ya,
Lia,
Lo,
Lo,
Yo,
Liu,
L,
Le,
Lo,
Lo,
Yo,
Liu,
Lu,
Lu,
and Liu.
Liu.
This is the first new vowel for today. It is M,
M,
Mi,
Mi,
Mi.
Mi,
Then M, A,
Ma,
yes, Ma.
Ma,
Then Mia,
Mia,
Mo,
Mo,
Nyo,
Nyo,
M,
M,
Mo,
Mo,
Nyo,
Myo,
Mu,
Mu,
and Mu.
Yu.
Now let's try it with the new consonant, P. It's P.
P,
Pa,
Pa,
Pia,
Pa,
Po,
Po,
Pyo,
Pyo,
Pu,
Pu,
Po,
Po,
Pyo,
Pyo,
Pu,
Fu,
and Pu.
Tu.
Do you remember how to say these?
시, 자, 차, 저, 저, 츠, 소, 초, 수, 수.
Good job. Now these are the last vowels we're going to learn today. It's 치,
시,
차,
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 저,
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 츠,
츠,
초,
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 수,
수,
and chu.
수. We're now going to learn the Korean words with the letters we learned right now. But first, let's start off by reviewing the last week's words, just like usual. The first word we learned last week is to you,
To you.
and to you means sonya. The next one is 다리, which has two meanings, bridge and leg, as you can see in the two pictures right here.
다리.
다리. The next word is 라디오, and it sounds similar to its definition, radio. It's because this word was originated in America and then just came to Korea. So there's no Korean word for this word.
라디오.
The next word is 나라, which means country.
나라.
Then 도로, which means road.
도로.
Next word is 오리, which means duck.
오리.
And finally, last but not least, 너구리, which means raccoon.
너구리.
This is the first word for today. 사자. It means lion.
사자.
The next word is 미로, and 미로 means maize.
미로.
Next word is 바다, and 바다 means sea.
바다.
Next word is 나비, and 나비 means butterfly.
나비.
Next word is 모자, and 모자 means hat.
모자. We will now learn a new expression in Korean. When you meet someone, what do you normally say? You greet them. And one way to greet them is by saying hello or hi. In Korean, we say 안녕.
안녕.
안녕 means hello or hi. It's considered an informal greeting in Korea. This means you say 안녕 to your friends and acquaintances who are the same age as you or younger than you. The formal version of 안녕 is 안녕하세요. Unlike 안녕, you say 안녕하세요 to your elders. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Let's go over the cities of Korea and Texas. Here's a map of Korea. Seoul and Nayang prepared the presentation about cities in Korea this week. Thanks to Seoul and Nayang, who are the members of our lesson program, we're able to tell you about Busan and Jeju Island today. By the way, Seoul is the capital and the biggest city of South Korea. Busan is also a popular city in South Korea. It is characterized with many mountains and beaches. It is the southeastern part of South Korea. Famous foods in Busan include the fish cake and seohotta. The reason why Busan fish cake was born is because during the Japanese colonial period, Korean people worked in Japanese fish cake factories, and the Busan fish cake was born after being liberated from Japan, and because Busan fish cake has been in business in Busan until now. Next is seohotta. Hotteok is known as Korean pancakes. The reason why they were created was because hotteok was also part of the history of the Korean War. During the war, refugees from Busan began to eat various kinds of grain seeds and hotteok. Seohotta was also born in the late 1980s, when various nuts were added and sold in Nampotong. The first famous beach in Busan is Haeundae. This is because more than 10 million vacationers visit Haeundae in the summer. The 1.5-kilometer long white sand beach is well equipped with entertainment facilities and auxiliary facilities. satisfying countless people regarding of nationality or age. From foreigners who went to enjoy bathing and tanning to vacationers, Haeundae in summer becomes a nationwide hot place. Also, many people gather at night because of busking. The second is the tin market. You can eat a lot of food, such as Busan fish cake, seotak, fried food, and so on. Next up is Jeju Island, or Jeju-do in Korean. The above are famous traditional foods of Jeju. Jeju-do's black pig are well adapted by the climate. The climate is Jeju Island has a strong constitution and are differentiated from others. If you go to Jeju Island, it is recommended to take a submarine. You'll be able to see beautiful scene under the sea.
Let's now look at Texas. This is a map of Texas in the US. As you can see here, Texas is located in the southern part of the US. Austin is the capital of Texas. It is an urban city with a population of 987,908 people as of 2019. Like any other city, Austin has many parks and lakes, along with many restaurants and cafes. It is also a really big tourist attraction. Some facts about Austin is that it's the only city in the world that still uses moonlight towers, and that there are 6,500 languages in the world, and out of that 6,500, there are more than 100 are found spoken here in Austin. Also, Austin has the largest bat colony in North America. Look at this picture. This is an image of bats in Austin.
Well, everyone, that was it for today. Thank you for coming, and this is now for next week. Please prepare to speak about your favorite BTS member next week. We'll learn the lyrics of Butter in Lesson 7.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye!
See you next week.